Self-care isn't selfish, ladies. It's biblical. Today I'm going to share 6 self-care daily tips that will help you feel better, live happier while honoring God. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Kimberly with Living Our Priorities. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Here we provide biblical and practical resources to help you make time for the things that matter most. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so that you're notified when a new video drops. Today I want to share 6 daily self-care tips that you can do that will help you feel better, live happier, while honoring God. I want to help make this organic for you on a daily basis. You know, self-care is pretty popular these days, and there are many of long self-care checklists that are available. But I want to give you something that is tangible and practical. After all, that's what our channel is all about. And if you haven't been able to tell, I am sitting in what I call my healing room. Yes, and in my pajamas. You know, sometimes, ladies, we look how we feel, but today that is going to change. So if you stick to the end, I actually have a gift for you to help put these in practice, so let's get started. Number 1, make it a habit to get up and spend time with God. I like to start my morning in our war room with prayer and spend some time getting into the Word. Ladies, what we need to do to get through the day isn't going to come from us hustling. It's going to come from, first and foremost, asking God for His help. That is our first step to self-care. Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and He will give you everything you need." If the only thing you have time to do before your busy day is to pray, then let that be the most important. One day my son wanted to give me a gift just out of the blue, and he placed this gift. It was a gift card for me to get my eyebrows done, and he placed this gift card inside my Bible because he knew that was the first place I go every morning. So do this not only for yourself, but it will set an example to your children about putting God first. Tip number 2. Find physical exercise that you can practice on a daily basis. Now, I know that probably sounds like this is not practical, but it can be. It doesn't have to be for an hour. It doesn't even have to be for 30 minutes. It can be for 5 or 10 minutes. As you can see, I'm sitting in what I call my healing room. This is where I like to do my fascia blasting. I like to do stretching or yoga, or utilize, you can see here, our massage table where we like to have massage or blasting date nights. And we leave things out to make it easy. You can see my ball for stretching and some of my fascia tools and a yoga mat. We leave it out to make it easy and practical. And sometimes it's as simple as I blast in my shower instead of blasting on the floor. Whatever it is that is enjoyable to you, whether it's walking, riding a bike, doing aerobics, the point is do some form of exercise every day. Now, why is this important to our self-care? Well, I'm going to read to you Proverbs 31:17 in the Amplified Version. It says, "She girds herself," meaning the virtuous woman, "with strength, spiritual, mental, and physical fitness for her God-given task, and makes her arms strong and secure." Ladies, we have to make ourselves spiritually, mentally, and physically fit for the God-given task that He has given us, which means we first start with our spirit. And the second most important thing, which is just as important as prioritizing God, is prioritizing our temple. Because if we don't take care of this temple, we will not be here to do the things we need to do for our purpose or even for our families. So find a way to exercise every day. Tip number 3, listen to worship throughout the day. This is an easy way for self-care when we're working on our mind. Listening to worship while you're working, while you're driving, allows you to feed your spirit as well as your mind, meditating on the promises of God, even when you feel too weary to pray. Sometimes when I am not doing well physically, the only thing I can do is grab a hold to worship. In fact, I have set up several playlists on Spotify that I will actually share with you. I have a healing playlist, a worship playlist. I even have a jams playlist when I need to put a whooping on the devil with the word of God. And so doing something as simple as listening to worship, having worship play, can really help reset your mindset. Tip number 4, infuse your environment with candles, essential oils, or even incense. You know, there's a reason why your body and your mind naturally feel relieved when you walk into a spa. That's because they created an environment for that to happen. You walk in, it's not too bright, you hear some water going, you smell an aromatherapy going on in the atmosphere. All of that is designed to calm your mind and your body. Well, this is something that we can do on a daily basis from the comfort of our own home. By simply lighting a candle, diffusing some essential oils, lighting an incense, doing something that infuses the environment, that will wake up your senses, calm your mind, and it will calm your heart and your body. Number 5, create an easy skincare routine. Oh my goodness, I know skincare seems like such a big task, and it is, especially for some of us women over 40. We feel the need to step up our skincare routine. But what I have found is that by keeping it simple, I am able to practice it on a daily basis. And it does make me feel better knowing that I'm taking care of my skin. Did you know that our skin is our largest organ, yet it is the most neglected? So when it comes to taking care of our skin, ladies, it doesn't have to be complex and it doesn't have to be expensive. We just need to be consistent with doing it. And by keeping it consistent, that will come from keeping it simple. So if it's just simply you wash your face with a cleanser, you use a moisturizer. For me, I live in the desert in Las Vegas, and so sunblock or sunscreen on my face is key. And I even do something as simple as my favorite foot cream and a lip overnight mask that I like to use. I keep it in my nightstand. That way, when I go to bed, I simply open the nightstand drawer, moisturize my feet, put on that special lip moisturizer, so when I wake up in the morning, my feet are soft, my lips are soft when I kiss Andre, you know what I'm saying? But keep it simple, but it does happen. And when I practice it on a daily basis, it actually makes me feel good that I'm taking care of my skin without having to labor. So find an easy skincare routine that you can stick to and be consistent with. Self-care tip number 6, dress to impress. Yes, you are going to dress to impress yourself. Sometimes, ladies, we look the way we feel. And today, the reason I am wearing pajamas is a perfect example of, even if you are going to be at home, and most of us have been during this pandemic, even if you are at home, you don't have to look sloppy. Even if it's just for yourself. I am home all by myself today, and I am wearing pajamas. My makeup is not fully done, but just enough for me to feel comfortable on this video and to look at myself. And that's sometimes what we need to do. Self-care isn't about being selfish, and it's not about looking glam. It's about making yourself feel good, so that you do live happier. And taking care of ourselves, ladies, first starts with taking care of ourselves for ourselves. We have to be able to look in the mirror and not put ourselves down. And so even if I am just home for the day by myself, I'm not going to go around looking crazy. And there's times when that just happens. But for the most part, you will actually feel better when you put yourself together. And so don't dress to impress somebody else. Don't dress to impress your spouse. Dress to impress yourself. Because when you look good, you actually carry yourself a little bit more confidently. And so take a few extra minutes to dress to impress yourself, ladies. You have to look at yourself. And you talk to yourself the majority of the time. You will either put yourself down or you will lift yourself up. And a lot of it will just first start with the way you present yourself. So when you get up in the morning, even if you're only home by yourself, don't just be like, oh, whatever, it's just me, I'm gonna look sloppy. Because what's gonna happen is when you start to get weighed down with life, you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror and you're just gonna be like, I look dumpy, life is dumpy, nothing's going right. No, you are a woman of God. Remember the Proverbs 31 woman, she gets up to get herself mentally, spiritually, and physically fit. And part of that getting fit for her God-given task is being well put together. So even if, like me in my pajamas, put yourself together, ladies, for your God-given task. Now, I know some of you might be sitting here going, oh my goodness, I have been neglecting myself so much. I don't even know where to start. Well, don't worry, sister, I got you covered. I want you to head on over to our community library and download the free personal retreat guide. Now, I put this personal retreat guide together to encourage women to try to find time for themselves so that they can renew themselves and refresh themselves so that they can come back and serve their family better. And so self-care isn't about necessarily taking a whole weekend or a few hours out of your day all the time. Self-care is about what we do on a daily basis. But sometimes we need to refresh ourselves, and this personal retreat guide will help walk you through that and how to do that. And I want you to be able to get that. So head on over to the community library. Nan, I want you to tell me if any of these 6 self-care tips resonated with you today. Which one was your favorite? Please share that with me in the comments. And if you have a sister who can be encouraged by this, I want you to share this video. Now go live your priorities.